What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I regretfully have to make this video. As you guys know on my channel, I keep it real, unadulterated, uncut, raw. I give you my honest opinions, unbiased, and I tell you how I really feel. If you want to call me biased or whatever you want to do, that's your prerogative. Had to make this video, and again, I don't like making this video because, as you guys know, I'm from California, Bay Area to be exact, California, and we don't have too many champions or just world-class fighters who have made it to the upper echelon of boxing, as opposed to other regions like Detroit. Detroit has several fighters who came out of like the Michigan area or Detroit in general, Mayweather's, and Joe Louis was there for a period of time. Just a lot of different talent. Emmanuel Stewart, great trainer. But in the Bay Area, we don't have too many people who actually are from the Bay Area, like Kareem Mayfield or Andre Ward, who are making it to the top echelon. So my question to you guys is, with Andre Ward's inactivity, obviously he's hurt, he's rehabbing his shoulder, how long can he remain in the top three? I don't know where you guys place him, so that's also a question to you guys. Where do you put him on your pound-for-pound list? Some people don't seem too impressed. My big bro, Carcino, he doesn't seem like he's too impressed with Andre Ward's decisions. He knows he's a good fighter. I'm not on that necessary on that hype, but I am a realist. I definitely think Andre Ward is a world-class talent. He cleaned out his division. I think he's an excellent commentator. I think he's very savvy and ring smart. I've seen him get knocked down and battle back to win. I've seen him have to bite down and use his brain. And I've seen him in there against guys who have the tools to beat him, but he has a superior mindset and he's very sharp. So I definitely think he's a pound for pound talent. However, on the flip side of that coin, in the sport of boxing, it's easy to get overlooked or forgotten when you're very inactive. And I think Andre Ward has had several injuries, and he's starting to get overshadowed because we haven't seen him. Not that he's not a great talent, but how long can you remain in the top three pound for pound? I currently have him at number 2 behind Floyd Mayweather. But you got guys like Gennady Golovkin who are fighting multiple times a year. Granted, Gennady Golovkin isn't necessarily fighting world beaters. I mean, he's fighting Ashita and he's fighting Matthew Macklin, who's a very solid opponent. Now he's fighting Curtis Stevens, another solid opponent. But based on his sheer activity level and the destruction, he's going to start inching his way up pound for pound list until he starts to get to the Peter Quillins and the Chavez's of the world, and he starts fighting those bigger names, Sergio Martinez. And based on his activity, he's inching up. And same thing with guys like Keith Thurman. He keeps taking these step ups. Quintana was supposed to be a difficult fight, and he made it look easy. He also went up in weight, 154. Then he fought an undefeated fighter with a chin, boxing skill, and power himself, Diego Chavez. So these fighters are starting to make a name for themselves. Even Floyd Mayweather, someone who's notorious for fighting when he wants and having long layoffs and fighting like one time a year, he's fighting 2 times this year. He fought earlier this year against Robert Guerrero in May. Now he's already back at it versus Canelo. Canelo, another fighter. Canelo fought last year. He fought Josito Lopez. I think he fought a couple times. Then this year, he fought Austin Trout, and now he's fighting Mayweather in the span of like 6 to 8 months. So these guys are starting to, whoever wins like the Mayweather Canelo fight, that's 2 fights that they fought in 1 year against very, very solid competition in their respective divisions. So as far as Andre Ward, I understand you're nursing an injury and you have to get back healthy, but it's getting time where the fans are starting to get antsy. And it's like, if you're in line waiting for a concert and someone's holding your place in line, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get some snacks, and they're holding, and you're getting closer and closer to the front of the line, it's only so long someone's gonna hold your place before they eventually get to go into that concert, and you're left behind. And I think that's kind of what's happening with Andre Ward, unless we see him recently. Other guys are far more active, and they're making a name for themselves. They're becoming fan favorites. Same thing with Danny Garcia, Lucas Matisse. Whoever wins that fight, to me, is the top dog at 140. I mean, who haven't they beat between just the two of them, Danny Garcia and Lucas Matisse? Either both of them fought the same person like Zab Judah, or there's other guys where Danny Garcia beat Amir Khan and Lucas Matisse beat a Jose. So they're all fighters. Everyone basically between the two of them, pretty much everyone in the 140-pound division with a solid name has been beaten by one of those two guys, if not both. Not both, because Zab Judah, I guess, beat Lucas Matisse, but in the fans' eyes, Lucas Matisse won that fight. So, barring top-ranked fighters like Brandon Rios and Mike Alvarado, they really cleaned out the 140-pound division. So, again, my fear for Andre Ward is based on sheer inactivity. Fans are going to start forgetting how great you really are. And like I said, injury is an injury. You don't want to come back prematurely and then ruin your undefeated record or not be on the top of your game. But there's guys like Carl Froch who are having good rough and tumble affairs, calling you out. You also have guys like Adonis Stevenson who are beating guys like Chad Dawson in a shocking fashion. He knocked him out in one round. Now he's already going on to fight Tavoris Cloud, who lost to Bernard Hopkins, but that's a big win. Whoever wins that fight is a big win for whoever wins. Again, I just see 2013 has been an awesome year for boxing, and a lot of people are remaining very active. Again, even people like Floyd Mayweather, who typically doesn't remain that active, are fighting more than Andre Ward. So how long can his pound for pound spot be held when other people are still in motion and he's kind of at a standstill? Last we seen of Andre Ward was against Chad Dawson, which was a very solid win on his resume. But if you look at the circumstances, not everyone's going to give you full credit. Sorry about that. Not everyone's going to give you full credit for that win based on the fact that Chad Dawson is a big dude who was fighting at a 175 and he dropped down a whole weight class. Granted, Chad Dawson called Andre Ward out, said he would fight him at 168, and he made that decision. But again, you know how boxing politics works and the fans work. They're going to say, oh, Chad Dawson was a zombie. Chad Dawson was weight drained, which he might have been. But again, that's kind of Chad Dawson's fault. And I think Andre Ward would have beat Dawson at 175. I think Chad Dawson would have looked fresher and it would have been a closer fight. And he might not have been stopped. But I think Andre Ward beats Dawson either way. I just think Dawson's kind of weak-minded, kind of frail-minded. But he just got knocked out in vicious fashion. So Adonis Stevenson beat Dawson in a more shocking fashion. So it takes nothing away from Andre Ward's victory because he stopped Chad Dawson also. So who knows, that could have created that ripple in the pond that made Chad Dawson unsure of himself or whatever happened. But again, how long could we have Andre Ward at the top spot without him fighting? That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think of this topic. Where do you place Andre Ward? How long can he be a pound for pound great without fighting? I just fear it's like any industry really. If there's someone who's on top, like let's say Mariah Carey in the music industry, at one point she was on top. She was releasing hit after hit, Daydream album and all kinds of stuff. And she was known as like the diva of pop. But she decided to take a break and she was fucking Nick Cannon or whatever the fuck the situation was. But she went out of the limelight. And that gave the opportunity for other up-and-comers to create a big name themselves because of her absence. And I think that's kind of what's happening with Andre Ward because of his absence. And he's not been absent from the sport. He still goes to the fights and he still does his HBO commentary. But he's been absent in the ring. And for that reason, is giving other people the inkling of moving up notches. And I just need to see him back in the ring. So let me know what you guys think of this topic. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next videos, Ego, signing off.